How's it going, people? It is Liam Caddison here, and we're reacting to another episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer as we get into episode 18 of season 7, where quite a few things have happened in relation to the Buffyverse, both in-universe and out-universe, which I'm going to go into a bit of a discussion about, as well as the fact that by the time this is on YouTube, I'll be another year older. As of recording, it's like a week until my birthday, so fingers crossed. I went high there, so that was great. Fingers crossed that my birthday will fare better than any of Buffy's birthdays, because nothing eventful happens on Buffy's birthdays, right? So yeah, we're gonna have a bit of a discussion because, like I said, quite a bit has happened that I do want to talk about. Of course, we have had a few episodes of Angel, and I'm pretty excited for the prospect of this episode because I have a feeling a certain someone is on their way to Sunnydale, so I am so stoked. But not just that, though, I do want to talk about the future of the Buffyverse because, of course, after this, we'll only have 4 episodes left remaining for Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Or do we? Because I did have someone message me in regards to season 8 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Obviously, Buffy transcended from television to comic form, and the plan was always to give season 8 and beyond a bit of a read, although someone has said that they are willing to hook me up with the motion comic for season 8, so I do have a plan to potentially react to that. I am not so sure how it's going to go down because I've never reacted to a motion comic before and whatnot, so yeah, but I feel like that would be a pretty neat way of continuing Buffy because of the fact that, like I said, I always had the plan to continue with season 8 and beyond of Buffy when it would be established in comic form. So that is currently the plan, but we'll just have to wait and see. But because I know we've got Supernatural / Charmed that will replace the Buffy slot once I do conclude it. So yeah, there is that to look out for. So yeah, I do also plan to react to the Buffy movie that came out a few years before the TV series began. So that will happen after Buffy the Vampire Slayer has concluded. So be on the lookout for that because I know I've had a few people inquire me about if I'm going to check out the movie, and I do plan to. So there is that. And of course, I will be playing the games of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I am currently, as of recording, doing the Xbox game. And once season 7 does come to a close, I will be playing the Chaos Bleeds game. So yeah, if you guys want to still have your fix of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, beyond season 7, there might be stuff that will still come. So be on the lookout for that, of course. So yeah, in regards to the season 8 motion comic, I will still, of course, abridge it down just in case and whatnot. So yeah, but that is currently the news in regards to Buffy the Vampire Slayer in terms of what's going to happen beyond season 7. I still also plan to do a few things with other Buffy creators as well. There will still be the drunk rewatches and whatnot, so be on the lookout for that. That's really all I've wanted to get off my chest in regards to the future of the Buffyverse, because I did have someone did give me a little bit of a message in regards to the season 8 motion comic, and I thought this would be a great time, especially with 4 episodes left to go after this, to inform you guys about what's going to be happening in the future of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, because like I said, the plan was always for me to read the comics, but if there's the motion comic, I could potentially do a reaction to that. So that would be very, very rad, I guess. So yeah, rad. But of course, there's also other stuff in relation to Buffy that I do plan to do. So not out of the woods yet. So yeah. Speaking of wood, a weird segue, but last episode was kind of daunting, wasn't it? As Buffy has kind of lost a bit of trust in regards to Wood and Giles, of course, as they were working together in terms of potentially getting rid of Spike, as he still, especially with that connection with the first, posed a bit of a threat. So yeah, and Buffy not too happy about that, of course, with the fact that she needs Spike alive in this fight against the first. So yeah, I have a feeling things are going to be a bit frosty coming into this episode, because that's where we last left off with in regards to Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Buffy not being, well, Giles and Wood not being in Buffy's good books, so yikes. But yeah, why don't we get into this episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, because I've rambled a bit enough. So with that said, let's get into episode 18 of season 7 for Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Let's go.
Stop, please!
What's going on?
Please get me out of here.
Was someone hurt? What is it?
Hold on a second, is that Nephiphilian? Oh my goodness!
Well, that was,
This is good timing, especially with Gina Torres showing up on Angel.
Satan is a little man.
So is he working with the first? Oh shit.
Don't hurt me.
Well, now, is this the part where you offer to do anything? Because I tried to make it clear to you. You got nothing. I want to explore. Oh, yeah, that's it. Now that's
What the heck?
Hallelujah. Tell her something for me.
Yes.
Thank you, Shannon.
Ah. Another one down, right? We'll share with the class.
Let's see what we can't do about that door.
Wow.
Bleeding badly. We have to get her to the hospital.
Yep. Guess I'm back in Sunnydale.
Hey! Who could have seen this coming? I mean, I guess those who didn't watch Angel, but...
The others might hear us.
No, they won't. They're okay.
This is all a dream, right? This is a dream. Yeah, this is a dream. Xander cannot get that lucky. He has to be with a demon.
Wait, maybe you meeting Buffy alone isn't the best idea.
You told her the sitch, right? She knows I'm coming.
I was gonna say, I hope someone told Buffy.
Yeah.
Faith shows up on her doorstep.
Everybody's exactly.
Ironside
maybe
Siren from Kill
the
Bill.
other fight.
We're on the same side.
Please, you think I'm stupid?
Well, yeah.
You're attacking that girl.
It's called training. Uh-oh.
Faith? I didn't realize that was you.
It's alright, B.
You have to get it out the
Luckily,
way.
you still punch like you used to.
You okay?
Angel's dull as a table lamp, and we're very different coloring.
Catching up. Anything else I gotta know?
He's so offended he's been compared to Angel.
Nice to have you back.
It is.
Whoa. Does she have to stay here? Because there's some nice hotels that welcome try to kill your sister types.
It's so
it
weird
out.
because they
Rats
never
all on
interacted
sides.
before.
Look, I need to get to the hospital.
But
Some
they
girl was
have.
attacked on her way into town. We think she might be
Yeah. Willow's been calling.
She's still.
Do you think I'm God?
Oh boy.
I certainly do not. I am beyond concepts like that.
But you still wear the outfit.
Man can't turn his back on where he come from. Besides, black is slim.
Symbolic, right?
How do you like what I'm?
All this time, all the work I've done for you, blowing up the council, organizing the Ray Charles
So-
Brigade, and
Oh, so I've got you to thank. Okay. You're not so bad after all.
Raven? And you'll be meeting her soon.
Faith. Her name alone invokes awe.
Oh
Faith,
no, not
a set
again.
of principles or beliefs upon which you're willing to devote your life. The dark side.
Wait a second. Is he incorporating
talking about?
Star
I thought Faith killed a volcanologist.
Vulcan, right? Oh, God.
Silly.
It's a history not to be taken lightly.
She's a killer. Never forget that.
You must stay on
Ooh,
guard.
and that's
on
playing
faith at
on
all
him,
times.
isn't it?
Your very lives may depend on it.
But it's also great. There is also it's also great to educate the class, isn't it?
And I guess maybe you should test them.
He wants to do the best thing in this fight.
I could make flyers for encounter groups and post them up all over the school.
And you're fired again.
Wow.
Remember, Buffy, the mission's what matters.
Oh. And that's why he's firing her, because the mission is important.
I stopped me. I got dangerous for a while.
She wanted to recover, to do
You
herself
over it?
better.
More or less. I pull for the good guys now.
What's the less?
I may have said a few things.
Like you could drive me at a gallop till my knees buckled.
Yep, I remember
Squeeze me till
that.
they pop like warm champagne.
Oh, it's so interesting when you consider, like,
Should've
that
known I wasn't
episode.
blonde
Who are
behind the
you?
wheel. She'd never throw down like that.
Oh, you have been away.
Don't even tell me little Miss Tightly Wound's been getting her naughty on.
Not of late.
Wow.
Complicated.
Cut me. You told me to give the Slayer a message.
Well, Faith's not here.
He said, I have something of yours.
Wonderful.
Before I met you, there was this choir girl in Knoxville I used to give singing lessons to. Well, she even screamed on key. Show me her.
Oh my god.
these
This
girls.
guy is
They
sick.
followed you willingly. You tricked them.
I only told them the truth. As for following, well, that seems to be what they do best.
We need to start arming
Bloody
the girls.
hell.
We cannot go into battle unprepared. We have to have more time.
Giles, we don't have time. And you're not going into battle. I need you to stay behind with the others. Help the
It is
girls who still need
risky
a teacher.
having this new player come into town, but having a lack of information as well.
No eyes. but
As
look
well
at
as
her.
an idea of
sonar or
what
something?
this thing is
Something, I guess. Pretty good
that
little
is
pack.
currently being held
Is
hostage.
home free better? How'd you do this whole magical mind walk with him?
You were in Angel's mind?
Buffy.
Yeah, because I'm assuming she's been filled in on the whole. He
There's
was
no other.
Angelic shtick again.
I think we just found our hornet's nest.
Let's get the cavalry.
Now
Linda May, where are
we're
you?
looking for killing blows only. Everything's got eyes,
Except the bringers.
except the bringer.
True.
I don't want there to be tentacles. I'm not good with squishy.
I don't care if this plan is trouble. Okay, Buffy doesn't care how many of
It's
us
a
she puts in
risk.
Let me
danger.
tell you something about Buffy. In fact, you should all listen to this.
We kinda were.
I've been through more battles with Buffy than you all can ever imagine. She stopped everything that's ever come up against her.
Santa knows the
She's
risks,
laid down her
and
life
he's not.
literally but you doubt her motives. You think Buffy's all about the kill. Then you take the little bus to battle. I've seen her heart, and this time not literally. And I'm telling you right now, she cares
Come on,
more about your
Xander.
lives than you will ever know.
Exactly.
You
She
gotta
wants
trust her.
you to live.
She's earned it.
Thank you, Xander. Thank you. That was beautiful.
Damn. I never knew you were that cool.
What is this place?
Looks like an old vineyard.
Well, it's not the Tower of London.
The Falcon Crest.
Stay alert, you guys. Bringers are here somewhere. Just need to find out where.
Shouldn't be too hard.
The notion of goodness. The Slayer must indeed be powerful.
Oh, what the fuck was that?
So, what else you got?
Jeez. That wasn't even. Oh, go on, Spike. That wasn't. Oh my god. Oh no.
I do believe you have your own problems you should be worried about.
Oh no. Ow! Ow! Ow!
Oh, it has its moments. Paul has some good stuff, for instance. But overall, I find it a tad complicated. I like to keep things simple.
Bloody hell, Caleb. Oh my god!
Folk, bad folk, clean folk, dirty folk.
Jesus!
What can I say? I work in mysterious ways.
Oh no, not the British girl! I'm gonna miss her accent!
Also some fairly strict. Let's go, come on!
Oh shit!
You're the one who sees
Leave
it.
Xander, leave Xander alone.
Well, let's see what we can do about that.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Holy fuck!
You show up, they'll get in line. Because they followed her. And all they have to do is take one more step. And I'll kill them all. See? I told you it had a happy ending.
That's not a happy ending. That, you know what? Ending's very subjective in terms of opinion because, boy. Bloody hell. That was not what I was boy, yeah. Not what I was expecting. Xander, he's lost a fucking eye. We got 2 Slayers down, potentials down, including little Miss Britt. Jeez. Caleb needs to piss off. That was quite the episode. Yeah. This is where all the eye puns start to roll in, because I certainly did not see that coming to Xander. There's going to be a lot more creative ones in the comments, no doubt, but yeah, that was quite the episode, and Caleb definitely left a good first impression. First impression, get it? Yeah. No, he did, because he wiped out 2 potentials. He went for Xander's eye, and not just that though, but his strength, the knowledge of others. It's definitely a very, very good first impression. Definitely in terms of bringing in someone who is going to be a definite big player coming to the end of Buffy, and not just that though, but Nathan Fillion's. Yeah, it just speaks volumes because he's a great actor anyway. So, and he just entered Buffy with a great first impression. So, phew. And you know what's sad? I'm thinking back to Xander's speech, as well. And before that, he was talking about how everything has an eye. Because that's pretty unfortunate, given the events of this episode. So, yeah, I mean, Xander definitely now has an eye, not eyes. So, like I said, pretty unfortunate that he made that, he referenced that, and then later on he just gets, so, yeah. Still, it could have been worse. It could have been Game of Thrones all over again, if you get my drift. Anyways, I mean, it kind of was in a sense, but... Anyways, oh no. Anyways, this was a great episode. Very shocking, given the fact that we got whammied so bad with the trap that was set with Caleb. But obviously we didn't know that Caleb would possess that level of strength. And, yeah, no one could get a hit on him, really. And it played on the potentials, Giles, everyone's concerns regarding... I mean, Xander dismissed those concerns in a sense, but it did play on those concerns about the trap being sprung. But I don't think we were prepared about how powerful Caleb would be, let alone Buffy and co. But this is all about leaving no stone unturned. And, like, I do get their concerns. I do get everyone's concerns regarding it's a trap. You don't know what you could be walking into. And I do get that. And that's why Xander's speech is very, very amazing. Because he's been there with Buffy. And Buffy she never says no to a fight, and she can't leave, especially in this fight against the First, you can't really leave any stone unturned. If there is something that the First may take advantage of, you gotta do everything within your power to try and make sure that they don't get that advantage, because the First is really laying it in Buffy and the potentials, and obviously no one was to know about this level of strength that Caleb would possess. So yeah, this is a war that they're in, and they cannot waver whatsoever. But I do get their concerns. But Rona, I think her name was, it's just the way that she was definitely dismissive about Buffy, and Xander was made that amazing speech about how, yeah, times are tough, but Buffy's never given up. It was a really, really beautiful speech, especially with the fact that Buffy walked in. And she has, like in this episode, she was doubted by all the potentials, by Giles, everyone. And the fact that she walked in seeing the speech with Xander not realizing until Faith talked, and knowing that Xander has her back, it's very impactful. She's seen, like, it's impactful, especially with Xander being there all the way. And, you know, with Xander saying she's died twice, she's been through the ringer. Like, yeah, it is a very, very scary atmosphere, and we don't know what we're walking ourselves into, but and not just that though, but I get it. I get you not like wanting this. You didn't pray one day, oh, I want to be a potential. I get that this legacy that's been put on your shoulders, it can be very, very daunting, but it definitely is the case of leaving no stone unturned, and that's what Buffy's trying to do. So yeah, and it was a really, really beautiful speech from Xander, and I think that's one of my favorite speeches that Xander has utilized in terms of speaking from the heart. So yeah, to be fair, I'm glad that that Caleb didn't go for the heart, because that would be probably more devastating, really. I mean, not just would Xander die, but symbolic as well. You go for the heart, Xander is the heart. So anyways, but it is a case of leaving no stone unturned, and I don't know if this is going to create fractures for Buffy and Co. with the fact that Rona's hospitalized. We got 2 potentials dead. Xander's lost an eye. And I don't know if Giles and the potentials, or well, probably more so the potentials, are going to have that "I told you so" mantra, but Buffy needs to take any advantage in this war against the First, because the alternative is the First potentially becoming more powerful and being able to use anything against her and the potentials. And she even said herself that she knows that potentials are going to die in this war, which 2 have. And she doesn't want to give the First an opportunity. That's why she's taking this initiative to fend off against the First whenever she can, even if she's being lectured. She can't risk any advantage for the First. And like I said, I get it. I get the potentials, expressing their concern regarding it could be a trap. Because this is it. It could be a trap. But can you take that risk as well? And it's just when you dismiss Buffy and her abilities and her way of thinking as if, she has not done this for the past several seasons, that's when it kind of does irk you, because Buffy is a professional at this. So it's not like she's walking into this blindly and risking it unnecessarily. She knows the risks at the end of the day. So yeah. But bloody hell, it was really, really impactful with like, not just how Caleb was just bodying everyone, but with the fact that he blinded Xander. So, like, I know that the joke is that I didn't see it coming, and nor did Xander, and it just stings really bad because obviously the eye. But yeah. it really does leave a great impression on Caleb. Not just does he have that dangerous past going for him, and the fact that he is happy enough to side himself with the first, despite not being a god, he's worshipping it. But he's got that dangerous past going for him. He was responsible for blowing up the Watchers Council, so I'll give him a little bit of slack there. Look, if you guys know me, you guys know that I don't really give a shit about the Watchers Council after the shit they pulled, so... And I will die on that vow, so yeah. No, but it is very concerning because he's established himself very, very significantly. He is very, very dangerous. He's been very influential at getting rid of the potentials, like especially with the fact that there was that girl that he picked up at the beginning and knew who she was and wanted to leave a message to Buffy. And he knew who Faith was, he knew who Buffy was. He's been playing behind the scenes this season, as I've mentioned with the Watchers Council. And to make matters worse, with his influence of worshipping the First and whatnot, he has that power, and you know, he's boding dangerously for the remainder of this season. So I am really, really worried. He's made a great impact, played by a great actor, and I'm really worried about what kind of threat he's going to provide for the rest of the season, because this episode alone was very, very concerning with the fact that he broke Rona's arm, he has partially blinded Xander, he killed 2 potentials, he bodied Buffy, Spike. This guy's a juggernaut at the minute. And working with the guy's a juggernaut on his own, seemingly. So working with the First, I'm not really, like, obviously that, with Buffy looking downbeat at the end and, you know, him thinking that victory is inevitable. You know what? I can't really blame him because the guy's a freaking nutcase. So I'm just really, really concerned about how these episodes are going to go, because I feel like we're going to have more big casualties, just with the way that things are looking on the up for the First and whatnot. And let's not forget, there are thousands of Turakan below. So you can't really blame anyone for thinking this is not looking in Buffy's favor, because bloody hell. So yeah, I just really thought that this was a great episode. It was great seeing Faith, of course, return. Obviously, I had a feeling she would return. As I mentioned, I had a feeling someone was on their way to Sunnydale, and obviously that paid in reference to what happened on Angel, where Faith returned. And they even made reference to the events of Angel. But yeah, Faith returning, great stuff, and as well as how she was integrated into the Scoobies. Like, there was even that moment where she was interacting with Dawn, and Dawn had resentment, and it's so weird because obviously the last time Faith was on Buffy was in season 4, and so we've never seen Dawn and Faith interact, but obviously she has Dawn has been kind of integrated into everyone's lives, with the of course creation of Dawn. So it was just really interesting seeing that interaction, because we've never seen it before. But in terms of Faith's perspective, she's known Dawn and whatnot. So yeah. But I also really liked the scene with Faith and Spike. That was really, really great. And some nice chemistry between the pair. Obviously, we've had Faith interact with Spike before, but that was in Buffy's body. So, yeah, we now get to see James and Eliza interact. And it's so great because they both have a lot in common, especially with their past being plagued. And now they are working in their own ways, by themselves in redeeming themselves, in being a better person. Obviously, Faith spent time in prison, and I think they made the address, they addressed how she could have easily escaped, but she wanted to do this herself. She wanted to make amends herself. It's the same with Spike being chained up and whatnot. He could have easily, he decided to chain himself up for the protection of the potentials. He knew things could be dangerous if he was free from the leash, and voila. But now that's no longer a concern, is it? Because he's been free from the control of the first. So yeah. But yeah, it was just really interesting. Of course, they were talking about their pasts and whatnot. And yeah, like I said, they had some very, very nice moments, like the way they just bonded and whatnot. So yeah, it was really, really amazing stuff seeing them two interact. So I really liked it. Yeah, it was really great as well having that bit of tension between Buffy and Faith, because obviously the last time Buffy and Faith interacted, things not really going swimmingly, were they? But I also really like how that pays in reference to Buffy knowing that her situation with Faith is not of the utmost importance. She doesn't, like she told Wood and Giles, this situation with Spike, I don't have time for this. So put that on the back burner and focus on the first. And that's what she's doing. Obviously, things are going to be a bit tense between Buffy and Faith, but she's not making a big dramatics about things, and she knows the situation regarding Faith as well. So she's taking this cautiously, but she's more so wanting to focus on welcoming Faith into the fold, because she doesn't want Faith to fall off on the deep end again and, exclude her based on their past relationship, and B, they need Faith's assistance as well. So she's taking this in a very, very great light. So I really, really like, I really, really liked that in regards to Faith and her return and whatnot. So yeah. So yeah, as well as the fact that we had Robin firing Buffy, but that was more so to focus on the job at hand. The mission is important. So yeah, Robin, I feel like that plays on well with, of course, the last time Buffy met with Wood, and how Wood was lectured about, okay, this is like his connection with Spike, or his mother's connection with Spike, and how he wanted to atone for her. I feel like that plays up well with how Buffy said, this should not be the focus. Your rivalry with Spike, it's jeopardizing things, and you need to focus on the mission being the first. So that's playing on well with, I guess, Wood wanting Buffy to prioritize on the potentials and bringing out the most from them. That plays on well with that, with Buffy's lecture to him. So yeah, but it's great to see how the fallout of the last episode play into this episode in regards to Giles and Wood. So yeah. I also like the idea of Andrew going over Faith in an Andrew-like manner, where there was of course that slideshow, well, that little clip reel about Faith's past and whatnot, but also there was a moment where he said, she's a killer, don't forget that. And I feel like that plays on reference to a couple of episodes ago where he was told to accept what he did to Jonathan. Because you could definitely tell the tone drop in his voice when he said that. When he, like, you could feel like he was reflecting on himself, which would be very, very appropriate, because you want to see development from that side of Andrew, where there is a more serious layer to his character. But also it gets the class to know who the official Slayer is. Like, this is the official Slayer. Faith is officially the Slayer. So they need to absorb everything in regards to Faith. So I'm really glad that we got that little bit of moment where the class has to digest who Faith is, etc. So yeah, because it would feel a bit odd if they left out the fact that, yeah, she's officially the Slayer to the potentials. This is someone who is aside from Buffy, the important figure in this fight. So yeah, I really liked that bit. So yeah, but yeah, this was quite the episode. We had some injuries, and like I said, I feel like things are going to be devastating in terms of morale, obviously, for Buffy and the Potentials, because 2 Slayers dead, 2 injured, and Caleb left an impression all right, so... but yeah, I really loved this episode, and pretty big stuff in my opinion, so... Yeah, I am really nervous about what the next episode's going to entail, obviously. But yeah, great episode. So I will see you guys next time. If you guys enjoyed this reaction, you can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!